Hey guys, Mist here again, and this time I'm going to be giving you two matches in arenas, and this is twos again. I know twos isn't hugely balanced, but it's a great practice for threes, and I'm playing here again with Redmore Hunter. We're going to go up in the first match against a Hunter and Resto Shaman, in the second match against a Discipline Priest and Frost Death Knight. So this one's a little bit longer because I want to show you quite a few of the mistakes that we make. I think that recording mistakes and showing them helps with other players, and that's how I've learned, is by watching videos where people show wins and losses. Now I'm going to show you a couple of wins, but I'm going to show you the mistakes that we make. So here we go. Now, a good thing for a hunter is to get a mark on the other hunter as quickly as possible. Now, first mistake, I'm assuming that the hunter on the other side is going to flare out Redmore, but he doesn't. He drops it short, which means that he flares me out of stealth. It's okay, it dropped off really quickly. Now, these fights, both of these, I've slowed down slightly more than 2 times, so we can talk through it. So I'm not reacting that slow in reality. It's quite quick, so the hunter didn't have a chance to get a hunter's mark on me there. So at this point we've got the shaman on focus, and we're having a chat about the amount of health he's got. He's got a small amount of health, but with the link totem it's really difficult to burst down shaman, so we decided nope, we're going to stick to the hunter. So Redmore can see that hunter in camouflage because he's got a hunter's mark on him. I can't when the hunter stands still, but it means that Redmore can get the opening. Now, if you're playing with a feral druid on your team, guys, do everything you can to help them get the opening, because that's what it's about for ferals, really. And opposing teams, if you've got a feral against you and you can ruin the opening of the feral, then you're going to have a better chance. Now in this case I do get my opening ruined, and you'll see why. So here's a mistake that we make. Now I'm sneaking up here, waiting to open on the hunter. Now unfortunately for me, I'm standing exactly where Redmore's standing, so the hunter's going to try and flare out Redmore. Redmore backs away, and unfortunately right on my nose is the flare, so I lose my stealth opening, so I don't get a pounce stun as an opening. So we're going to open on the hunter. Now here's the mistakes the hunter makes. He's got a pet that is a spider, and he's clearly not controlling the web ability, because the moment I open, the pet webs me. It would have been better for him to web me after a disengage. So we got a scatter landed on the shaman straight away. Redmore drops the trap, but the hunter we're playing against is good, and he gets the trap for the shaman. But the moment we realise that, Redmore drops a silence on that shaman. The shaman trinkets for some reason, and I immediately get a full clone on the shaman. So we got a deterrence out of this hunter. The hunter also feigned death, which is a good move. We've got a scatter on the shaman again, and now a full trap, because remember the hunter took the first one. So this hunter's pretty much done for now. So I'm pooling my energy, if you notice, down the bottom. And I'm doing that for a really large Ferocious Bite crit, which is what I do. So don't just spam your abilities as a feral druid. Save your energy if you're going for a big finish. So other than the shaman now being a bit of a shelf and kiting us around for a minute or so before we killed him, that was the end of the match. Do watch out, guys, if you've got a resto shaman that you're against, especially in threes. Because they can res whilst running. Right, next match. Now this is a match I want to show you that is incredibly fast. So this is slowed down by quite a bit more than 2 times, because everything happens so quickly. But it shows you what a hunter and feral druid can do if they connect with the enemy and the enemy gets bad positioning. And the opposing healer is not fast enough. So here we're against a Frost DK and Discipline Priest. Discipline Priest hasn't pre-hotted or pre-shielded that Death Knight, which is a mistake. Now I pounce, but of course a little bit of latency, the DK disappears off in front of me. So DK's opened on Redmore, and I get a full opening pounce. Now Redmore's jumping away, disengaging. He wants to get near the Discipline Priest. So here's the mistake the Discipline Priest makes. What's he doing? Where is he? So he's finally turned up. I interrupt Hungering Cold. He's got a pain sup on him, but you can see scatter on the priest, and Redmore lands a full trap. So I'm looking at the Gladius and I can see a silence there. Redmore calls out the silence, so I don't need to do a clone. Although I'm thinking about it, you can see there. And I finish off with a 5 combo point Ferocious Bite. A nice fight. Now let's have a look at it in real time, see what it looks like. Okay, opening on DK. When I get there. Opened.
See where the priest is, and there.
Interrupted cold.
Trapped him.
He's got pain suck. He's got trap, okay.
And silence.
Clone? No. Good. Cool. Nice.
Nice.